strings and get them off each other's backs. There was a much greater danger waiting to attack. Fight for your values and fight for your friends. Fight through this blight, find the light at the end. Through the age of the dragon, the people will talk of the day they were saved by a hero named Hawk. Hawk, 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 Hawk. Just a lonely refugee, your champion arrived. Round shores of Ferelden fade to Kirkwall's buzzing hive. Rose above the poverty and rose above the pain. My friend became the savior of the white city of chains. Fight for your values and fight for your friends. Fight through this blight, find the light at the end. Through the age of the dragon, the people will talk of the day they were saved by a hero named Hawk. Hawk, 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 Hawk.
Shall we play a game?
All right. We are back. Why is my AI tracking off? Okay. It wasn't centered for some reason. Okay, welcome to Alma, Missouri. This is, without a doubt, my favorite map for large fields, at least. I am on the starting farm. Oop. Did not mean to get into the truck without opening the door first, but so let's here we go. Let's give an overview. I've done some cleanup on the map already. Yeah, we'll start over here. So this is our rather small silo. We have plenty of room in this silo. Over here was a chicken pen, which I sold off. I'm not going to do chickens in this run. I think I'm going to do pigs. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put the pigsty. Over here is our workshop and parking. I have 2 bunkers. The map originally came with 1 bunker and a horse farm. I got rid of the horse barn and added a second silage bunker. Over here is our sheep and cows, which we will look at in detail a little bit later. I am running realistic livestock, so I've got health and different criteria we need to worry about. Health, fertility, product production. These are all dairy cows, so they're all brown Swiss and Holsteins. I did fill up food and straw in both of those barns. Down here which I kind of like that it's out of the way. This is our slurry storage for the barn. I kind of like that he put it. Let's just put this away from all the buildings. So so that's nice. Our manure bin is up here. And then as far as fields go, we start off with this. This is field 2, which right now has alfalfa. On our left is field 1, which is growing corn. And up here is field 3, which when we start is growing wheat. The alfalfa I'm going to change over to grass. That wheat field I am probably going to change to soybean. We'll keep corn on this one. And this field I bought. This is field 6. And this has wheat in it. The wheat is all ready to harvest. The alfalfa is probably ready to go. So today is setup day and prep. I still have some things to put in. Some buildings I need to put in a field supply purchase. I may put in an animal supply purchase. Haven't decided yet. I need to put some bale storage somewhere. I could probably put that over here. I could put a large enough one in there. I need to put a fuel tank in somewhere, and I do have some auto drive paths created, which I'm going to have to fix. I may or may not do that on stream. I also need to set up delivery points for these two. So I did keep the John Deere tractor. I don't like John Deere's. I don't like what they do to the small farmers. But that's besides the point. That's my personal feeling. I like Case equipment. But to make things easier, we're going to use the John Deere. And I need to move this because I went and sold the trailer by accident. So first thing we're going to do is take care of these wheat fields. Now, out of the equipment I'm going to have to buy, I won't need to do a harvester until next year. I'm going to sell off this to do the pig feed, because I do want to put pigs in here. I'm going to need soybeans. I have the corn. I have wheat, which will also give me straw. But I am going to need soybeans. So what I'm going to do for this for setup, actually, I don't need that because I will harvest this myself. Let's get over here. Just for setup, I'm going to turn off driver wages, which I did already on this one. So we're going to field 6. We're going to deliver that to the silo. Oh. Helps if I set the right. Okay. So let me get back to the harvester. I need to set that up for field 6. Whoops. Okay. And I don't have to turn that on. And let me just make sure I should be... period. Okay, I should be dropping straw swaths. So once setup day is done, I will turn the yeah, we could do this with just one header. There it is. Oh, I forgot to unfold. Now, I am probably going to right away have to buy a tractor and a baler. Because normally I do all of this with production. I want to try to stay away from the production, which is why I've got the silage bunkers. And eventually I also want to buy the field that's down there. There's a third field that touches my starting property. Or a fourth field. Second large field. It's a 50-acre field. This one is, I think, 40 acres. So this is quite a large field. I may actually replant this because I need soybeans. So this one I may actually alternate between wheat and soybeans. The two small fields I can do is grass. I play with crop destruction turned off because I'm a horrible driver. At least with the tractor equipment. So crop destruction is turned off, but plowing, lime, and weeds are turned on. So I'm going to have to buy a plow. I like using some mod. It works like a plow, but it looks like a subsoiler. But it gives full plowing state. And it's 12 meters wide, but I like the flat edge. So that'll that'll handle the plowing fine, which I'm going to need for the corn, because corn pretty much decimates the ground. So anytime I plant corn, I'm going to have to plow afterwards. But eventually things will be getting busy enough that I will be doing a lot of course play and auto drive work. Combining crossplay and auto drive. But for now, this is all I need. So actually, while he's doing that, let's hop in and take a look at our balers. I prefer the square balers. It's 250 horsepower. It does 240s. That's fine. 10. Yeah, it goes a little bit faster, but it's like 30 grand more. So actually, is there any balers on sale? There are no balers on sale. Damn you. All right, I think we're going to go with that one. I just want to make sure he's making this turn properly. So we'll go with the class. Okay, and I like the square balers because they're faster, because it just keeps picking up. 250 horsepower requirement. I may or may not need... Come on. Here we go. Just check what my tractor is. It's a case. And it's 300 horsepower. Okay, so we're good. Let's get him called. I should have called him earlier. He may not make it to me. If he doesn't make it to me by like 93%, he will back off, which means I got to come to a stop. I prefer unloading on the fly. And this should hold around 14,000 liters. Yeah, he's not going to make it. So we'll actually stop at like 98%. Okay, that's good enough. So we'll harvest the 2 wheat fields first. The alfalfa. I'm going to see what alfalfa is selling for. I may just plow the alfalfa under. Come on. Stop. Where are you going? All right. Whoop. Down. I'm going to have to make a cut in. He doesn't want to... sometimes they don't want to pick up if they're not on the field. So, I mean, I've got plenty of room, but now I got to wait for him to get all the way around. He's got to drive all the way around this huge field. So while we're waiting for him, Let's take a look. Yeah, this is 40 acres. My cornfield is 22 acres. That's 16 acres. That's 10 acres. And 4 is the other field I want to buy. But it's $600,000. So that I'm not going to buy right away, but that's 50 acres. So that's the plan. All my production is right here. I do have water here if I need, or I've got free water towers I can put up. You can see where the cow barn was, or where the horse barn was, because the map doesn't update. And the chicken field was here. So I'm thinking I can put a pig field here and I can stretch it all the way out. I've got this to build on. I've got this all in here to build on, and I've got all of this. The cows, I think I can do 175 cows. So that should give me enough cows for milk production. And I should be doing it in this stream once we take care of these 2 fields, is figuring out, we're taking a look at realistic livestock, getting all of the, looking at the statuses. If you haven't seen realistic livestock before, it's really in depth. It's something you've got to track, and to track all the information you actually have to visit the barns, which I like. Okay. And he's not clearing. Usually he'll clear out of my way. But I've gotten used to it and know where to park. Oh, lower. There we go. So I'm using auto drive for my pickup, my chaser. So he'll just go and deliver directly to my silo and then come back to his waiting point. And I'm going to try to call him earlier this time. Couple other things I need to buy. I need to buy the plow, which is the plow I want is not that expensive for a 12-meter wide plow, which I kind of need for these big fields. And they don't have a huge horsepower requirement. It's a little cheaty. Actually, it's very cheaty, but that's okay. I am running half-speed time right now. And that's just because I like to get what I usually do is my initial day, which is setting the fields the way I want them. So I've got to harvest, I've got to bale, collect all the product. Get the fields limed and plowed. Got to figure out where I'm going to put my field workstation. because I think I'm going to put it somewhere other than where I normally put it. I may still pull it. I may put it a little different than I normally do, but not horribly different. Oh, I missed a spot. And normally I'd be playing Vane on Mondays, but that was the original plan. But Vane had a huge update last week, and it pretty much broke, which is typical. It broke every mod. So we're waiting. I only have a couple of mods in there, but they're mods that at this point I would have a hard time living without. So 2 mods in particular. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait for those. Okay. Do 12 meter. Gonna do case red. So 12 meter wide plow for $21,000. Not too shabby. Okay, and also I need a spreader. Where are they? Seed tanks. Here we go. Fertilizer. I need something that'll spread fertilizer and lime. So we'll go with the agri spread. Is that the one I want? 70,000 goes 36 meters. Although lime won't. Lime only goes 12. Oh, and I forgot to call the. All right. Watching the map for him. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere over there, and unfortunately vehicles don't show up as far as... See, oh, there he is. Okay. I'll have to do another cut in. And yeah, this field is big enough that sometimes he has problems. There he goes. Now he's moving. So I've got to figure what I'm going to do with fields, and when does soybean get planted? Soybeans. All right, so I can do with the cornfield. I can go back and forth because we're beyond the planting range for that. So yeah, we can do the corn, harvest the corn in October and November, plow it, cover crop, and then the following, and then next year we'll do soybeans. So yeah, we can do those. Those we can switch between the two. And wheat, soybean, and corn will give me the three things I need for pig feed. So the pig sty will not be going in right away. I'm also going to need to do a secondary slurry storage, which I can put in this corner up here where the field bends. That'll keep it far enough away. But because my main problem with that is that I'm saying a lot today. The cow barn only has 100,000 liters, and I can fill that up in a year. And 100,000 liters of slurry is not enough to do one of these fields. So I've got some slurry storage, and I don't know how much slurry storage the pigsty is going to have. So I'm going to have to put a secondary storage in there. I've got some that are 500,000 liters. So that should give me plenty of storage options. All right, now I'm going to cut this field. Yeah, this is a good spot. So now if I keep an eye on my percentages, I should be able to okay. I think we'll go over. We'll see how much the brittle will cost with all of my options. 55,000, so it's still less than the other one. So we'll buy this, and my case should also be able to handle that. I only have the one tractor right now. I sold off the other one, but I will, for my seeders, want to pick up a medium-sized tractor. I think what I've got is a medium, but I want something with a larger engine. Usually I go with the Valtras. It goes to 305. Although my other one is a 302, so that's not too bad. I don't think... Oh, there we go. There's the case. The case 2, that's the one I've got now. I may go with a large tractor. Oh, okay, we just hit 50%. 50% is fine. So if I go with the large tractor, let me reset the sort on this. Price, ascending, and no grouping. So this goes to 625, but I don't have to go that high. The Valtra S, I may end up, the Valtra S is very expensive. The Case 2 Steiger is nice. I could also go with the Magnum, although why is this one so cheap? Oh, it's a mod, that's why. He lowered the price. All right. We're at 80%. Let's get him called out. And he should be able to get down here and lined up. Oop. Not the line I wanted to be on. It'll take him a little while. He'll cut down that center line though. Also, I may end up making. I started late, and I may end up making this shorter. We'll see. Depression has been absolutely kicking my ass. All right, I'm going to have to come back down. I missed a little line there. And where is he? Oh, he's waiting for me to get back far enough on the field. Yeah. Just make sure I've got active unloading turned on. Because I sometimes turn it off. If I can remember where it is. It's not on here. All right, where is it? Field exit. Change that to behind start. Huh. Okay, it's possible the active unloading is only set on the harvester. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it is turned on. Oop. And he's going to end up filling up anyway. Ah, where are you going? Don't pull in front of the combine. It's a lot heavier than you are. So what I may do actually is these two fields here, the two larger fields, rotate them between wheat, soybean, and corn. Come on. You're not full yet. Oh, it's saving. All right. Come with me. Why are you not following? Okay. He obviously has no clue what he's doing. Okay. He is now full. Okay, so he's going to make his way to the silo. I have a lot of these paths already drawn out. I hope, because that path may be going right through that bunker that I put in. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong, because I didn't check the paths. Let's just check. I know there's some stuff going to be going through there because I normally put the gas tank there and the slurry pit. All right, but we can pick up this little bit while we're waiting for him to come back. And our yields are pretty low, but with the default, when you first start off, the yields suck. By year 2 harvests, I should be getting over 100% on my yields in most places. Oh, I also got to buy Damn, I gotta buy the... Forgot to turn on the harvester. I also got to buy the soil information for these 4 fields. That's going to drop me a lot. I may end up having to buy another medium case tractor. Actually, I've got a 302. I got to see what the seeders need. Nope. The seeders and planters that I want. Because if I can buy seeders and planters and keep the horsepower down around 300, because I'm going to need large ones. But this map is fun because you've got large, odd-shaped fields. A lot of the maps have, like, dead square fields, edges on the cardinal directions. This one, you've got all sorts of differently shaped fields, which makes it more fun to play with. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put. I have to put a fuel tank in and buy fuel. Because the tractors with this field, and if I buy field 4, the tractors will run out of fuel just processing that field when I'm doing plowing and things like that. So I could put the fuel tank up on this side of the maintenance barn. The overflow slurry tank can definitely go on this piece of grass right here. We'll put it close to the fence. But I won't need that until next year. Oh. Not where I want it to be. We're doing it this way so he can follow me. He won't complain about having to drive through crop. All right. They are on the move. I'm saying he, but I don't know if I've got a female driver in there or not. And this save I'm probably going to keep just for stream. So I won't be doing a lot of stuff off camera on this, but we'll be playing this once or twice a week. We'll see. It depends on when I can play Vane. One of the biggest problems I have with Vane is the utility cabinet. They are going to be adding tiers to the utility cabinet so you can build larger, more productive ones, but right now with the size of it, I've got a new save that I'm playing in Saranac, And I've got one of the ranch houses with a 2-car garage and a greenhouse, small greenhouse. And it's great, except for one thing. I have to cover the whole piece of property. I have 3 utility cabinets up, whereas with the modded utility cabinet I use, I only need 1. So, and those 3 are barely covering the whole property. I'm going to need more utility cabinets once I start building walls. I have not built walls yet. And if I want to expand the piece of property I'm on, it's going to get even worse. So I've done a lot of setup on that property, but I may look for a better place, although I like the greenhouse. And I have enough room to put farm plots. But yeah, I hate dealing with multiple cabinets. But not a major complaint. It's more of an annoyance. Okay, let's turn this off. Another thing that I turn off in this game is the tram lines. Because they don't exactly line up. It does its best guess. Excuse me. But yeah, I turn off the tram lines. I can leave the tram lines on and just go without crop destruction, but I mean, the tram lines are only affected by your sprayer. Or I could leave the tram lines off and put crop destruction on and just let the sprayer deal with it. Because nothing else affects, because you're not driving over living crop with anything other than the sprayers. And I'm going to try to do this without a money generator. Usually I put a cell tower or a power tower, something in here to generate some money off season. But I will have plenty of stuff to sell. because it'll be year 2 before I buy put the pigsty in. See, now he could have just turned around and come up to me, but he's going to drive around the whole field, which is going to mess me up. I should have called him earlier. So I'm going to try to keep this playthrough as realistic as possible. Yeah, I'm hit 95% and he came to a stop. All right. But we'll stop as soon as we hit 100. Okay, is he going to cut across? Because I have avoid fruit turned on, but sometimes they will still cut like diagonally across your field. But the AI workers do not cause crop destruction because they do silly things like that. So we'll let him or her. I should look and see. See if I can catch if I've got a guy in there. Looks like it might be a guy. Yeah. All right, so we do have a guy in there. Come on, catch up. You can see all the corrections that he's doing to stay online. Okay, we can turn you off. There's also a new mod out that on things like front loaders, wheel loaders, telehandlers, it adds additional cameras which actually work in cab. There was in FS22 there was a camera mod. I have not heard anything about them trying to get it to work. Although I think the Mercedes-Benz add-on has something built into it. But it gave you additional camera views on all the equipment, which was great. Not in cab. So it didn't add the cameras, but I think that's what the Mercedes-Benz does, is it adds like a backup camera in cab. I haven't played with it much, but you do need the Mercedes-Benz add-on for this mod to work. So hopefully the modder who made the equipment cameras mod, or whatever it was called, will continue working with it now that the Mercedes-Benz content is out. He can just make or they can just make use of the built-in functionality and just expand it. Okay. Just gonna call him to get him up on this line. Yeah, okay, now he's moving. Takes him a few seconds. And you can't see it because my camera's covering it up, but the workers will show up on your mini map. Usually. Sometimes they don't, but most of the time they do. I have no idea where he went. Oh, there he is. I can just see him. He's just coming over the hill. But he's probably slowing down because I'm going to be making a turn. All right, this time he should catch up with me because he's going to wait until I pass him. But these hoppers fill up pretty quickly. So once I get my permanent equipment, I will be getting the Case AF11. I have a MacDon Draper Flex pack, which gives me a huge header, grain header at least. All right, he's going to go empty out. Oh, I need a bale collector too. Thinking of all the things I need to buy right away. Buy this one. Stein BKT. And by the end of year one, uh, the only money I will have by December is probably what I made from selling off the harvester equipment, which I'm going to have to hold on to until I at least get the corn harvested. And I do have some TMR and pig feed productions. I got to figure out which one I want. The TMR one needs mineral feed. So I'm probably going to want to put a second buying silo so I can buy mineral feed and grass pig feed TMR in emergencies. I just got to figure out they're not huge. They're in the same place. They come with a built-in. Well, there's two versions of the ones that I use. I don't remember who the modder is. One comes with a 30% discount for buying in bulk, which is nice. The other one is free. I typically don't use the free one. But the field one lets me buy seed, lime, solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, all the stuff that you need for doing your field work. I like it because it's not a buy everything mod. You know, I can put just the fieldwork silo or container in, or I can put just the livestock container in. But like I said, I just got to figure out where I'm going to put them. I don't think I'm going to put it where I normally do. All right, let's take a quick look and see how much wheat we've got so far. So we've got 77,000 liters. We should go over 100,000 liters with this. Oh, we definitely will go over 100,000 liters. So I will have some wheat and corn that I can sell off. I'm going to want to hold some back. Just for my mixing needs. For the TMR, I need hay, silage. Yeah. I need hay, silage, mineral feed, and straw. I knew I needed 4 items for that. Oop. I hit the wrong button and sent them away. For the pig feed, I need soybean, wheat, and corn. I can also use soybean, wheat, and a root crop, but I typically don't do root crops. I'll do grain crops and corn. Come on, you have room. You're just going to be annoying. He doesn't like that he doesn't have a full lane over there. Even though he does have enough room. All right, we'll see if we can pick him back up on the other side. And I think once we finish this field, I can send the tractor down. I can send the tractor back and forth to pick up equipment. And while they are doing that, I can look at some building placements. Like I said, I'm going to need a bale storage, which I could probably put right next to the silage bunkers. But I now have a bunch of equipment sitting at the shop that needs to be picked up. But I do have those already in auto drive from my other playthrough. All right. Let's see if he catches up. If the game does stutter, that is not the game itself lagging. One of the other mods that I play with is real autosave. So every 15 minutes it will create a save regardless of where I am. I don't have to be in the menu to do it. Yeah, he's not going to make it. I'm already at 93%. Oh, come on. I am not moving. Why are you having a hard time lining up? Hello? There he goes. I was going to say, you have plenty of room. Why are you not following me? So I'll have to look at it when next year's harvest comes up. I'll have to look and see if I want to finance my harvester, or if I just want to lease it. That's going to have to be a decision I'm going to want to make. But I've got until next August to make that decision. So we'll see how much money we come up with. Hopefully we'll get some good milk production. I don't have a lot of cows, and I'm going to want to get a bull so that they'll breed. Realistic livestock also adds in artificial insemination, so I don't have to buy a bull. I can just buy the straws. The modder is having some glitches with it. The straws don't work properly. So I think I can also do the artificial insemination right from the information menu. But I haven't played with that yet. Usually I'll buy a good bull and then see if I'll usually only keep 1 or 2 bulls around. And then if he has any offspring, any male offspring that are higher quality, then I'll keep them. Once they're old enough to breed, I'll keep them and sell off the older one. But realistic livestock also adds diseases in there, which if you don't treat them can spread. That's why you need to at least once a month hop over to all of your barns and check on the messages. You can lose animals through disease, just bad health, accidents. Okay. We're not going to unload yet, but we'll at least get him called over to this side so that he's prepped. And I will end up with a lot of straw out of this, which is good because I need the straw. I need it both for manure and TMR. And if you don't know, TMR means total mix ration, and it's typically what cow feed is called. They're the only ones that use that. Pig feed is pig feed, chicken feed is chicken feed. Sheep eat grass, so no worries there. Oh, also, I'm going to need a forage harvester when I start doing the grass fields. He looks like he's just sitting there. Oh no, he's moving. Okay. Because we're already at 90% on this. So I'm going to need him to catch up with me before I start the next row. Okay. Put the pipe out. And we're going to wait for him to catch up with me, and then we can do it on the move. I only got a couple more rows left. 1, 2. Yeah, it looks like 3 rows. So we're almost done with this field. Also, once I start using course play for the field work, I will be deleting trees as I need, because course play has problems. The AI drivers have problems with trees. All right, he may or may not get enough. I'm not sure. Once he goes over 85%, he's good for unloading. If I stop loading into him. Yep. All right. So he'll go unload. What has he got? He's pretty good. 34,250. I also need to put up some wash stations in here. Okay, I'll have to take a look at my auto messages. They are coming up on YouTube, but they are not coming out on Twitch. I only have 2 messages coming out on Twitch. I gotta look into that. Actually, both are being very strange. We'll check it when I go on break. But yeah, I have another mod. It's a small little thing, but it gives you it's a pressure washer on a reel hose, and you just attach it to, or do your best at placing it on the side of a building. It doesn't snap to the buildings. But it's nice. It's inexpensive. I can put two of them. You know, I can put one on the maintenance shed. I can put one on the equipment barn. I don't know if he's done yet. Let's open this up. He is still unloading. Okay. I guess I don't need this open. I'm watching for him. He'll park right up behind the bright red barn. There is the maintenance barn. There he is, and he'll park near that. The other thing I can do while I'm waiting for him to catch up is take a look at prices. Yeah, alfalfa doesn't sell for much. I think I'm just going to plow that field under. I'll lime it, plow it. The other wheat field we will harvest and then lime and plow. The cornfield I have to wait until October. And eventually I'm going to need a semi with a tanker and a large transport body. So I usually get another mod that I use. It's a MAN TGX, designed for agricultural work, so it uses the more aggressive tires that you would need on a field. It's 500 horsepower, and it is 4x4, which is nice. So for doing the larger fields like this, I can actually use that as my chase vehicle. Or if I get big enough, then I can do use a chaser bin that will unload into the truck, and then once the truck is full, it'll drive to the silo. But that means multiple workers. So right now I'm running without my workers charging me. But like I said, once this day is done, I will be turning worker fees back on once we get into regular play. So I've got to keep an eye on that. I do turn down how much the AI workers charge. Whoop. Wrong one. Oh, I also need to buy the pusher weight. I forgot about that. See, all these things that I remember, like, as I'm doing things. Come on. Weights. Just resort these to turn off the grouping. Oh no, grouping was turned off. There it is. And we'll do a 900 on that. Pusher configuration both sides. Do this in case red again. Nope. We just hit 50%. Let's pop this open because it'll take him a little while to catch up with me. And my money goes down again. Although we will probably be selling off some of the animals. But I'm also going to be buying some animals, so not going to work out well for me. Oh, wow, he caught up pretty quick. And all of the equipment will just dump onto the lawn until I figure out where I'm going to park it all. Usually, what I do is things like the big field trailers get parked in the cow barn. I have two areas in there that I can park in. The vehicles themselves will go. Vehicles themselves, the headers. Well, not the headers, but the vehicles will go in the vehicle barn. Things like the spreader and the sprayer will stay in the vehicle barn. I also need to decide if I'm going to get any winter equipment. How dare you miss a bit? All right, last row. And then once I get the second wheat field finished, we'll buy off some, or we'll sell off this header, because I won't need this anymore. And then after I do the corn crop, we can sell off the corn header. Oh, did not mean to do that. All right, I can wait till I finish this row and then get myself positioned somewhere convenient. All right. The end is in sight. And hopefully I won't fill up the grain tank before I get to the end. It's going to be close. So we're already at almost at 90%. We hit 97%. That's not bad. Let's get our chaser in here. Unload. And then this I'm going to park just up ahead there. Come on, you weren't that far away. Ooh, I may actually have to wait for him to empty and come back. Yep. Okay. Go empty. Actually, I'm going to be doing weed again, so we're just going to park this over here for now. Just so he's out of the way. And I'm going to cheat and cut across my lines. Just gonna dump this stuff off here. All right, and you are gonna go to vehicle pickup. Now let's see. And if I have enough money left over, I may get a dog. Haven't decided yet. All right, so the first thing I need and this may be a good spot for it, is we need to get a bale storage. That's Highlands Fishing. That's a bunker. I know which one I want to use. I have no idea where it is. I mean, I know it's in this section somewhere, but I don't remember how much it costs. Is that it? I need just regular bale storage because I need to put straw and hay in there. Okay, that's 500 pieces. Yeah, 500 pieces should be enough. Wrong way. Where's my triggers? Okay. And the next thing I need is my two buying stations. You put them up here. I don't know what else I'm going to do with this land yet. This little island. There was a water tower up there. Okay, so put the farm fill there. And we can put the husbandry there. Okay. All right, so first, come on, fold. Okay, and you we can just send to the farm. Now, what else do I need? Got my silage bunkers. I've got my bale storage. I got those two things. I guess we could put our wash stations up. So let's see. I think we'll put one here. Tools. There we go. That's the one I want. Put him more in the center. And we're going to put one. Oop. Put one there. Now I need fuel. So where is my fuel? Oh, under containers. That there. All right. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Turn you off. All right, and back down. I'll drive these myself since I have nothing else to build at the moment. So I love the modder did a great job on this map with the rolling hills. A good mixture of medium and large fields. Even in town, you haven't seen town yet, so I'll drive this. We'll go all the way through town so you can see some of the stuff in there. I have traffic turned off only because the traffic AI is the worst thing in gaming. And the traffic physics, when a little four-door sedan can send a like a 20 or 30 ton piece of harvesting equipment flying down the road by hitting it. Physics is not great. But here we are. This is the center of town in Alma. A lot of our selling points are down here. There is also a train. And I kind of love that the vehicle pickup is just this big open lot.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh,
New follower on Twitch.
okay.
Welcome to the lair, Enzi Fendara.
Okay, I'm going to guess that the AI was right and say, NZ, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the lair, and I'm hoping I pronounced that right. I do mostly simulation and survival games. Although occasionally I'll throw something else in there. Is this? No. I'm just looking because the counter went up to 289, but I was at 287, so I don't know what happened. I'll have to look at that. I haven't missed a follow. Alright, we'll drop these off. We'll pick up the baler. And then I'll probably take my... Yeah, my break time is coming up, so I think I'll take my break. We'll send the worker down to pick up the baler. And then we'll and we'll continue on from there. When I come back, we'll start baling. Actually, when I come back, we're going to take a look at realistic animals. I love this mod. It adds so much more than just feed the animals, collect the product. Actually, we can leave the pusher weight on there because I'm going to want that for the baling. All right, so we're going to... Oh, there's my brake sound. We're going to send him down to vehicle pickup. I'm going to hop out, let him go on his own. So I'm going to go and take my break, refresh my coffee, stretch my legs, all that fun stuff. So hang out, I'll turn the music up, and I will be back.
when you drink whiskey. Think of me, you get so blind that you can't see. When you get so high that you can't come down. Think of my face and I'll come around. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. I'll be there when you draw the line. I've got your back every time. Don't you forget about me. Sometimes the rain has to fall. I can feel the pain inside us all. And I'll be there on your darkest night. You know I'm gonna make everything alright. So don't you lose it. Don't you lose it all. You've got my number, just make the call. And I'll be there in the nick of time. You can tell me your story while we drink that wine. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. I'll be there when you draw the line. I've got your back every time. Don't you forget about me. When you're down so low, when you're near the end, and I'm the only one that you can call friend. When they stab you in the back with their lies, you walk away with no goodbye. I can look you straight in the eye, 'cause I'll be there till the day you die. I'll never forget you, and that's no lie. They can't change that no matter how they try. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. I'll be there when you draw the line. I've got your back every time. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. I'll be there when you draw the line. I've got your back every time.
All right, we're back, and I'm that's weird. My game capture is not doing proper sound. So yeah, we're just here checking out the cows. I love the animations that they did for the different ages. But let's delve into realistic livestock. So I have no messages. This is the assisted breeding, but I'm going to try to avoid that. So this is let me get a notepad up here because I need to keep lots of track. So you can see the information here on the right. So got metabolism, health, fertility, quality, and milk production. So this one's average, quality's low. So we're gonna want to sell that one off, and I'm just putting the numbers down because I have to sell them in a different screen. We're probably going to be selling off a lot of animals. That one's average. We'll keep that one. As long as things are average, we'll hold on to them for now. I'll get more fastidious as we go. Low fertility, we can accept that. That's a good one. I'd like the milk production to be up higher. Quality, very low. Mark that one for sale. this one for sale. So yeah, right now I've got 60 animals in here, and we're probably going to be selling a whole lot of them off. Because what I want to do is I want to get, oh yeah, metabolism extremely low. Nope, you're going. I want to get some good stock in here. So this is the kind of thing you need to keep track of. Very low health, get rid of that. So what I eventually want to do is I want all of my stock to be, I'd like to get everything to extremely high. You know, like this one is good. Health extremely high. This one we definitely want to breed. Milk production extremely high. See, this one, normally I would get rid of a low quality, but hopefully we can breed that out. That's a good one. Milk production very low. That we definitely want to get rid of. This is a dairy farm. We're good on that one. Very low health, but very high. I think we're going to sell that one off. We can hold on to that one. The quality, I think, is the meat quality. I'm not concerned with the meat quality. Metabolism, that we're definitely getting rid of. That one's okay. Extremely low health. You're going bye-bye. Very low health. Oops. You're going. Okay. Extremely high fertility. Low health. We'll get rid of the low health. Extremely low metabolism. Yeah. You're going bye-bye. Very low fertility. This one will hold on to. Probably not going to breed, but if she does, she's got very high milk production. So, we'll get rid of that. So yeah, right now we're just culling the herd. Oh, we put a space in there so I know it's a different group. Low health. 37, 35. 36. You're going to be getting rid of a lot of these. My number one concern is the milk production. But metabolism and health is also an issue. This one's nice, high, extremely high milk production. So I want milk production at least average. And then eventually we'll be culling everything to try to get us to extremely high milk production is the ultimate goal. That one's good. Extremely low fertility, but very high milk production. We're going to hold on to that one. So yeah, if I've got extremely high milk production, that's going to override other issues. And low milk production will also override other issues. That's a good one. That one's going. Very low metabolism but high milk production. Is that enough of a balance? I don't think so. All right. Now we can go sell these. So I'm selling off 38 out of 60 cows. So we got 1, 7, 10, 4, 2, 5, 3. Another thing that's nice that was added is I can sell and buy a bunch at a time. 3, 18's going, 19's going, 20's going, 14, 15, 27, and 29. 15, 27, 29, 26, 30, 23. '21 and 22. The only other thing I could ask for, which he probably can't do because he can't modify this screen, is if I could get this information combined in here. But this screen may be locked down, so they may not be able to do that. As far as putting information up. 35, 36, 34. Okay. 32, 50, 49, 47, 46. 44, 58, and 55. Luckily, the animals are in the same exact order, so if you just write the numbers down, you can track them. 55, 53, 52, 54, 53, 52, 54, and the last two are 51 and 60. So let's sell these. I got 15,000 off of that, so that's not too shabby. All right, now I need some bulls. Oh, we're definitely buying that one. And Holstein bulls. Low metabolism, but everything else is okay. Yeah. I think we'll buy those two. All right, and just go in here and clear my messages. All right, so that's the cows. And the one thing that he doesn't have in this is there is no model for the bulls. But as the modder says, he's a script modder, not a graphic artist. All right, and we're going to do the same thing here. So 7, that one's okay, health very low. There are also monitors, which I can show in a second. Low wool production. Your main job is wool production. Actually, this one we'll hold on to. Fertility is extremely low, but everything else is good. So health and metabolism will affect how long they live for, and how resistant they are to diseases. So those are good to bring up. Fertility, that's obvious. How likely are they to get or to breed and have offspring? Wool production, like I said, is I'm not breeding them for meat. I'm breeding them for production. So wool production is the primary, and I also have 60 animals in here. We'll see how many we sell off this time. Yeah. Extremely low metabolism. You're going bye-bye. Very low metabolism, but very high wool production. I'm going to hold on to that one. We'll hold on to that one because very high wool production. Hopefully they'll live long enough to actually produce wool. Yay, goodbye. Yeah, not worth saving. This one's going to die off of a disease. Very low metabolism, but very high wool production. We'll hold on to that one. That one, average wool production with issues we're not going to keep. Now this one's interesting. Low health, but extremely high metabolism. I don't know if I want to get rid of this one. Oh, but fertility low, so probably not going to breed. So we're ready. We're almost up to 30. Almost up to half my stock I'm selling. But I am going to have to buy some rams. 036. Get rid of that one. Quality is very low, but wool production is extremely high. So I'm going to hold on to that. Not worth keeping. Definitely not worth keeping. That's a good one. Extremely high health. If I can get a male with good wool production, that'll definitely be a bonus. That one's good. Low fertility. All right, we'll take the low fertility. Low health, high wool production. We'll hold on to that. Very low fertility. Fertility I'm not too concerned with. This is a nice one. Extremely high wool production. And it does affect how much output you get. So a lot of work went into this. Especially with the artificial insemination. To extremely low health. Get rid of that one. Not worth keeping. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Only average wool production, but yeah. You're going bye-bye. You've been fired. Yeah, not worth it. Hold on to that one. That one we can hold on to. That we're getting rid of. Low metabolism but high wool production. We'll hold on to that. All right. And how many we got here? 37. More than half of my stock again. 10, 6, 8, 5, 3, 18. 5, 3, 18. 19, 17, 16. There it is. 15, 17, 16. 13, 14, 11. And you can, if you hit the space bar, it'll just select everything. So that's the one thing you got to be careful of. I've done that by accident a couple times. Where did I end on 11? 11, 27, 28, and 29. Scroll this up. 26, 25, 30, 21, and 22. All right, so in this group, we've got 38, 39, 40, 37, 35, 36, 31, 32, and 44. Oh, we had a bunch of good ones in a row there. 42, 56, 57. 6, 57, 53, 52, and 51. 51. And sell selected. 37 animals for $113. These don't sell a great amount. Okay, we can get rid of those two messages. So again, the assistant breeding, but we're gonna look at buying a couple of rams. Oh, I like that one. We're buying you. Yeah. You're worth it. You're young, but man, those stats are nice. Okay, and Stein Shafts. We'll buy you. And we'll buy you. All right, and we made 311, and and we spent 2,200. But that's good because we now have breeding stock. So next step is to bail. Why isn't my game sound coming through? Let's unfold. I can turn this off. Wait a sec. Let me restart my audio. I don't know why my game sound's not coming through. I wish I'd noticed that before I hit the live button. Yep. All right, so we'll bail this stuff up, and this will probably take me close to the end of the stream. Off stream, I'm going to have to do some more purchasing. I need to buy a mower. I've got a tedder and a windrower. But I want to buy the Novacat for my mower. Oh, actually, I don't need to buy the mower yet. I have no grass. So yeah, off stream, I'll get the other two fields done. I'll get these prepped with lime and plowing. So that the next time I stream this, we'll be starting in September, which means I can seed the wheat field. Oh, and did I forget to change? I forgot to change the size. I do that all the time. So these first two bales are going to be smaller. Actually, the first three bales, because it also won't change the one it's currently working on. But I want the bale storage goes by number of pieces, not literage. So I want the 9,000 liter pieces here. Yeah, this will go 8,000, just over 8,000. This next one should be the 9,000. So I would have loved to have set a worker on this, but I harvested this myself. And also I don't have a second tractor yet, so I've got nothing to run the... I mean, I could set AI workers up to harvest that other field. But I don't have a second tractor yet, so we definitely need to buy a second tractor so I can have two jobs going at once. I'll probably end up buying another one of these, the Case Magnums. I don't really need... The Valtra is really expensive. I love the Valtras, but usually when I'm on a starting farm, I'm starting with a smaller tractor than this. So buying the Valtra is an advantage. But I like the case equipment too, so Case IH is great. I'm also going to have to buy a seeder. Yeah, my money's going to disappear real quick. Because I'm going to need a large seeder. I'd like to get something that's direct drill and something that also does fertilizer. Although I may lay down a layer of fertilizer after I lime, between liming and plowing. Couldn't get that last piece. I'm not overly concerned with picking up every last drop. But I'm going to want to... Remember, I may be able to get a grass before the end of the season. The grass will stop growing in November. So it may not be at full height yet. It may I may only be able to get it to growth level 3, but it'll be worth mowing it at that point. At least I can get some silage going. Get the first batch of silage going. I'm going to need some heap storage because I'm going to need some place to store the silage. Because I've only got the 2 bunkers. And my plan, if I do 2 grass fields, my actual plan with the grass fields is to do both of them as silage on one mowing and then both of them as hay on the next mowing. I also got to see if I want to pick up a forage mixer, a pull behind forage mixer, or if I want to do a standalone. I may do the standalone. You put it up where I have the buying stations. But that 500 bale storage should be fine. There's my water hole. But I actually don't have anything that I need water for. I may need water for the production facilities. I will definitely need water if I want to do fertilizer production. Which actually, maybe I can do something else to think about. Maybe putting in a fertilizer production instead of using the manure and the slurry for actually doing the fields. Using the manure and slurry to make solid fertilizer. But I'd actually would rather use the manure and the slurry directly. It's just that it takes a lot to do a field, especially a field this size. Oh. Forgot about a couple of rows here. Might as well, I got to back up anyway. Might as well collect this. The other thing I need to look at is I need to get this into the shop and see if I can get those, take those warning signs off. That is a European setup. The US doesn't use those warning signs. If they do put warning signs up, they're triangles. So I got to see if I can change that to US style. I mean, it is a US map, so. What are we up to? 12 bales so far, not too shabby. We're not even halfway done with this field yet. But we'll finish collecting these. Actually, how much is the... Back up to medium tractors. There it is, the Case Puma. $239. We can go with the lower on there. Twins. I don't know if I have a narrow tire. No. No narrow tire. Yeah, we'll keep that the same. So how much more is it if I... That's 271. There's the 302. 270,000. 31,000 for the engine upgrade. We'll do it. And hopefully I haven't driven off the field yet. Oh. Good timing. All right, let's just send him to... What was I going in here for? Oh, speed. Okay, 85, that's fine. Put those on. And we'll send this to the farm. And then once he gets up here, then we can set that and the harvester. That's the word I'm looking for. Set those two to attack the smaller field while I continue with this. I should make sure that I have prices turned off on here too. No. What? Okay, I didn't realize my camera was off. All right, I gotta hop off for a minute, but I will be back. All right. Sorry about that. A phone call I had scheduled for tomorrow when I'm not streaming got rescheduled for today, and they forgot to notify me. Okay, why am I not unpausing? There we go. So yeah, it's my first notice that my call had been rescheduled was when I got a message on my phone that said, "Your meeting is starting now." And I'm like, no, it's not until tomorrow morning, but no. So, little bit of miscommunication there. And I knew it wasn't going to be a long call either. At like 10 or 15 minutes. But now that leaves my morning free tomorrow. Okay. Let's hop over to you. All right, so I can't take those flags off. I did not see an option when I bought it. And I didn't even see them on there when I bought it. All right, and we're going to set you up. I believe that's field 3 down there. And you're going to deliver to the silo. You set. Oh, there he is. I do have routes already built around all these fields. So yeah, it's field 3 I'm looking for. So like I said, this alfalfa I'm probably just going to plow under. All right, let's get you set up here. Let's set our field position. Fieldwork settings. We'll have him do 2 header rows. Okay. And you're going to be annoying because it put the starting point too far away from you. There it is. Go with first waypoint. I was going to say, you better find it. It's 20 feet in front of you. Just make sure he gets started. He should automatically be dropping swaths. Yep. Okay. So now we can get back to this. And finish up the exciting life of a straw baler. If I can remember to turn the equipment on. Okay. Get rid of those two. So straw baling at the very high speed of 10 miles an hour. But yeah, we'll leave those two to work over there. And then I may continue this. My original plan was to play this on Wednesdays. So I may continue this on Wednesday. My plan is to do three different games. Vane is going to be Mondays. This was going to be either Wednesday or Friday. I still need to pick a third game, although this will not be a permanent schedule because I am beta testing a game that should come into early release. Once it goes into early release, I can then stream it. The game is called Peace Island. You can check it out on peaceislandgame.com. And it's already on Steam. And it is a pure investigative game. No combat, no planned jump scares. Not saying that nothing can jump scare you. But you are playing up to 9 different cats on a small island off the coast of Maine. And you all wake up one morning. You start off with just one cat. You meet the others as you go. And as you meet them, you can add them to your group. And you can also switch between them, because each cat will have its own strengths and weaknesses. But you all wake up one morning to find out all the humans are gone. And with your companions, you need to figure out what happened to all the humans and if you even want them back, which I think is a fun little part of it. So we've got the first couple of quests we've been playing with to test the quest system, but the dev is not releasing a lot of quests, mainly because he wants us to experience the game as it should be experienced. I mean, right now we're doing things to test. They're having the joy of developers everywhere fix one thing and it breaks 3 other things, and plus trying to keep balance in the game and all of that. There is a health system in the game, so you're going to need food, you're going to need water, you're going to need sleep. But yeah, you're playing cats. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I've been having fun watching the development of this game through all their changes and the increases. I'm not going to talk about a lot of the stuff that can be done in the game. But yeah, it should be. I've been having fun playing it. The physics are good. One of the first things he put in there is very cat-like things, like you can knock stuff off of shelves or off of tables, and even at one point put a couple of targets for us to play with it. He had like pyramids of toilet paper just out randomly that we can go knock over. That was fun to do, actually. But yeah, like I said, there's going to be no real comment. You can hunt if you need food. But I think it's a great game. I've been supporting this guy for a couple years. It's a small permanent dev team, 2 people. Well, primarily 1. But he and I think it's his wife, have been working on this game. And he's brought in contractors when he needs to handle stuff that he can't handle or he doesn't have time for. So, but I like indie games. I like the devs are coming up with such great concepts for them. Vane is a good example of a well planned out indie game. What's it? Schedule 1 is another one. I think the indie game developers, as far as unique ideas, are pretty much knocking it out of the park. So what are we up to on bales? 30 bales. So 27,000 liters about. So we're doing good. And actually it's more than that. I've dropped 31. 32 and 33 are in the baler waiting to be dropped. 34 is being worked on. So we'll get a final count when we can unload the ones that are finished. Since I've got another wheat field, I won't kick out the partially created bale. We'll wait until I finish the other field. But how much wheat did we end up with? I never checked what my total for wheat was. 150,000 liters. And we've got 303,000 liters of straw so far. Actually, I think that's in my cow barn. No, that's too much to be in the cow barn. Okay, I haven't put anything in bales yet, so I don't know what it's counting, unless it's just counting the raw bales that I've got out. Sometimes the storage locations aren't correct. So that the window that I use for that is called, it's a mod called Time Saving Stock Checker. And instead of having to constantly scroll through that huge list of materials that you could be storing and selling, it only shows you what you've actually got on hand. So instead of going through all of this, but I just want to check where is it? Straw's up top. Damn it. Yeah, 37. $37,000 liters so far dropped. I don't know where the stock checker was getting 303,000, because that shows 37,000. That's showing 321,000. So not exactly sure, and I went offline. I also should take a quick peek at these two and see how they're doing. Okay, he's done with the header rows. He's starting to do the up and down. So yeah, not sure where the price checker is getting its numbers from. We'll have to see if it fixes itself once I get all the bales put away. I'm gonna have to make a route for that, because I'm not doing that in my other save. All right, I may actually end this here. I'm running out of things to talk about. And this would be my normal end time. So a bit of a shorter stream because I started late, but this here is getting pretty boring until I get heavy into the animal management. I'm not going to have much to do. So I will probably be back on Wednesday. This is a bad depression time for me, so getting myself to actually play games is a little difficult. which is why last week I suddenly disappeared. But we'll try to get back on Wednesday. We should be going with I'll finish the prep work off stream, so we'll actually be starting on our normal settings, and we'll go from there, see where the game takes us. So I do stream on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, planned 10 a.m. Eastern. Friday evenings between 9 and 9:30 when the D&D group gets together. I do stream live on Twitch and YouTube. I also do other content on YouTube. I've got some videos I need to get edited and put up, and then get some more recorded to put up. But that's where we are right now. So I'm going to say goodbye. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Enzu Fendara, thank you very much for the follow. And for everybody else, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.
From the ashes, lost enigmas in the dust. I cannot remember, though they tell me that I must. Sky is torn asunder, fear that breaks the brave will not drag me under, climb out of the grave. Make a sign or faults divine, this mark of worth I wear. Hardened are these faithful scars I bear. Stand side by side, carry all as one, we can bear this weight. Stand side by side, we won't come undone, for the hands that will carry us home are touched by fate.